Welcome to Greenies Garden.
Hey, what's up, Green Armies? Brandon and Alyssa.
Hey guys.
And we hope all of you guys are having an awesome day today. Today, we're gonna talk about the cactus. Not just the cactus, but an edible cactus, which you guys may know it as the Peruvian apple cactus. Definitely one of our favorites. You see them everywhere in Arizona. I mean, I definitely recommend that you probably should have at least one in your yard. But again, it's your yard, so whatever you guys want to bring to your yard is up to you.
And they do get huge. They're kind of like cactus trees.
Good point. They do get big. There's a specific one that we like to take cuttings from. It's in Mesa, Arizona. It's our friend's neighbor's house. Once we first saw it, we were there around nighttime because it had gorgeous white flowers on it. I mean, these things get so big. They're a pure white color, and the bees love it. We wanted to show you guys an update on the cuttings that we took from them. It's like 2 years ago?
Yeah, unfortunately, well, fortunately for us, but the house that this cactus was growing at, the neighbors don't even like it.
I know. They were just like, when we asked them, can we have a cutting? They said, take the whole thing. And this thing is massive. If you guys go back to the older videos, I believe there's 2 of them, you guys will be able to see the mother cactus is what we call it.
And I can put a link up to those videos right here.
You're awesome. But yeah, that cactus is massive. And you know, they said the flowers are beautiful, but they just don't want it. It was in the way of their RV gate. It's already a very mature cactus, and they just said cut it down. Unfortunately, we can't take that many, but you guys know us. We love our cactus too, so we did take a bunch of cuttings from it. So really, we're gonna be showing you guys 2-year-old Peruvian apple cactuses cuttings that are grown in a pot. So let's check them out. They're actually right here, guys. So if you guys can see here, we have 7 of the apple cactus cuttings. I do want to make a point of, we did take obviously older cuttings from it because the cactus did have newer growth on it. Some of these, which you can tell right here, is kind of like scarred. I don't know, it just has a really different look compared to the new growth. You can kind of see where we took the cutting right here. We cut it on top, and then of course we cut it from the mother plant on the bottom. But what happened was it started pushing off new growth here, which is a really nice, like almost blue color. Look at this guy back here. Again, you can see where the cutting started, and then all this is new growth. And again, these cuttings are about 2 years old. We are growing them in a cactus soil.
Cactus soil has a lot of, let me make sure I'm getting this right. Is it perlite or vermiculite?
Perlite.
Perlite.
It does have perlite in it, which is good for drainage. If you guys can see here, this one, out of all of them, is actually the one fruiting. So it was August 31st is when we got our flower off this guy. Again, guys, I'm just so amazed by the flowers. If you guys have never seen one before, definitely Google it. And then after the flower, it gave us a Peruvian apple cactus right here. So we're really excited to try it for you guys on camera. Just the color of it is so amazing. It's like a really bright pink color. A lot of people say it resembles kiwi and dragon fruit, which you guys will see once we cut it open. I can kind of agree with that. Another thing I want to show you is this is, of course, another older cutting. So this really didn't put off much growth on it because it still has that kind of scarred looking, you know, very mature, older cactus look to it. But behind it, I'm gonna give it a little spin for you. Behind it, before it gave off the flower, it put this guy off. So you see how it's, again, that nice, I mean, I call it like a blue-greenish color all the way down here. So it just kind of gives you a good resemblance of a really older cutting and then the new growth off of it here.
Yeah, they're really beautiful, especially if you don't touch them.
Yes.
Because they have a little powdery coating on them, and as soon as you touch it, that goes away forever.
Right. And we've gotten poked by these guys, and I remember having some pain for like 3 days.
Yeah, it stings.
It's hard, yeah, it's hard to describe it, just like a really, just a heavy sting feeling. It hurts. So gonna be honest, I feel like cactus is like a love and hate thing. You gotta respect the cactus because they do have thorns, obviously. So you really wanna put these guys in an area, you know, where you're not gonna bump up against them, or if your dog has a fluffy tail, they're not gonna knock them over. Won't be saying any names.
We've learned from experience with
right.
that one.
And real quick, I like this guy. He has so much character. Where we put the glasses is, I mean, where the growth started. And look at it now. Like, I'm just so impressed with these guys. Another good important piece of information is these guys are in some shade. So they're not in full sun. You know, we just did an experiment with these guys, and we really wanted that really nice blue color. I feel like if you put the cactus in a little bit more shade, they just grow a lot taller. I mean, they're probably looking for the sun, and you get that really nice blue color. We did take one of these cuttings and we put them in our front yard, and I feel like you guys would see a lot more growth on it if you're putting it in the ground and, you know, putting it in that full sun environment, but of course making sure it has a proper watering schedule. One thing with these guys is when we first took the cutting, we put some rooting hormone on there, we planted it in the cactus mix, and we watered it every day for about a week.
And after we took the cutting, we let it sit for like 3 days.
Good point.
To callus over first.
Good point, you're awesome.
And then we planted it.
Right, we let it sit for 3 days, then that's when we added the rooting hormone and put it into the cactus pot here. And again, we just wanted to share our information with you guys because this is what happened. I mean, this was the everyday water schedule. After the first week, I mean, it was about maybe every 3 to 4 days is when we were watering these cactus.
Yep.
And I feel like, I mean, they all look gorgeous in my opinion. I just love the look of them. I can't get over it, guys. And guess what? We can try the fruit for you guys right here on camera. You want to try some?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what we're gonna do is, of course, being careful not to get poked because you will be in pain for about 3 days. We're gonna go ahead and take this off here, and like what I'm gonna do is just lightly, just kind of pull downwards, and then give a little bit of a twist here, and it, look at that, it kind of opened it for us. So this is what you guys are probably waiting for. Some people grow plants for beauty. Some of them want, you know, edible fruit. So these things are purely edible. And we're gonna, look at that, nice and soft. We're gonna cut it open, being careful, of course, not to cut ourselves.
And what's nice about these fruits is they have no thorns on them at all.
Good point. Yeah, there's no thorns on them. And look, I kind of see why they say like a kiwi dragon fruit. I mean, it's pink outside. The inside is that nice white color with some of those spots here. So we're gonna go ahead and try it for you guys on camera. Here, I'm gonna give you a piece first. It's almost like a cotton candy consistency.
Thank you.
I don't wanna say it has a lot of flavor, but it's not bad if that makes sense. I mean,
They've got a nice little crunch, and in my opinion, they do taste better refrigerated for a day or two.
okay. So maybe like ice cream a little bit.
Kind of,
Maybe
yeah.
like ice cream. Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, I get a little hint of sweetness, but it's not too much.
They are refreshing though, same way a cucumber or watermelon or kiwi is refreshing.
Yeah, exactly. It's really refreshing. I mean, guys, we're eating fruit from a cactus right now in Arizona.
Pretty cool.
Right. So if you guys want, you know, something that's edible and you love your cactus, try going with the Peruvian apple cactus. This guy flowered August 31st, and we are now in October, and we're eating the fruit from it. And it was a cutting. So I'm sure if you guys already have a mature apple cactus, you're probably getting a ton of fruit, which is awesome. But today we just wanted to show you the update on the cuttings. You can definitely grow your apple cactus in a pot. So if you guys are thinking of an edible cactus, go with the Peruvian apple cactus, guys. You will get rewarded for your patience. And I just love this guy right here. This guy his name is Homebro. He hangs out with us. He has his cool shades on here. And he just brings such cool positive vibes to Greenies Garden here. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us today in our backyard here at Greenies Garden. And as always, we hope all of you guys have an awesome day.
Bye, guys.
Greenie, you want to try some?